Hello and welcome to the predictions table. I'm your host, Teen Wolf, and today I am going to be predicting what I think will happen in Phyrexia All Will Be One. And I'm going to say it right now, one of the most powerful creatures ever printed in Magic the Gathering's history is going to get a reprinting in this set. So, with that aside, let us get into the predictions. So, in Phyrexia All Will Be One, obviously, Phyrexia is in the name. So, there's going to be Infect. And I was thinking to myself, obviously, Infect isn't going to be the keyword anymore. It's like Toxic 1 or whatever it is. It's like Toxic X, and when it deals combat damage to a player, they get X poison counters, because when a creature had Infect, if it dealt any sort of damage, a player would get infected. And that's too broken in Standard, so yay. But anyways, I was thinking to myself, what could get reprinted in this set? Because, I mean, obviously, there's going to be a couple cards reprinted in this set. And, as I was looking through the spoilers for this set, I saw, that Phyrexian Obliterator is going to get a reprinting. That card in Standard, yeah, just a casual triple black 5/5 trample. And when a source deals damage to this, that source's controller sacks that many permanents. I don't know about you watching this. That is busted. I can't believe they're reprinting Phyrexian Obliterator in this set. So I saw this and I'm like, okay. Wizards why are they doing this? So I'm thinking to myself, okay, they reprinted this thing. More than likely, they're going to reprint another thing, right? So I was thinking to myself, what else is really broken in Magic the Gathering's history that got printed in a Phyrexia set that is really busted and would be a really, really amazing thing to have in Standard? And I was thinking to myself, what are the most powerful creatures in MTG history? There's one card that came to mind. Darksteel Colossus. That card is, perhaps the greatest artifact creature ever printed. Perhaps the greatest Phyrexian ever printed. And, I'm just gonna say this now. That card's getting reprinted. Not in the way you would think, though. When a card gets reprinted, it gets reprinted word for word. Usually. What I mean by that is, earlier I brought up that Infect is no longer a thing. Now it's called Toxic. So it's a little bit different. It's not like they errated Infect, but I think they just kind of tweaked it to where this is the new version of Infect. So now creatures that give players poison counters aren't as broken. So, yeah. And I was thinking to myself, okay. So Darksteel Colossus is going to get reprinted. Possibly. I'm thinking there's a chance for it to get reprinted. It's not guaranteed, but I have a pretty good feeling that card's going to get reprinted, or at least something incredibly scary. Now, you may be thinking this is a shot in the dark, but this may not seem as far-fetched as you may think. So, as we all know, Dominaria Remastered is coming out, and this set looks absolutely insane. Just got some really powerful cards in it. I can't wait to get some of the cards in this set. It's just super fun. It gives me Time Spiral Remastered vibes. It looks like a super fun set. Just got some really fun reprints and stuff. And hopefully it doesn't turn out to be a second Double Masters 2022, which I don't think it's going to be, because the set does look really, really good. But the thing about Dominaria Remastered is it's a set that's reprinting classic cards from Magic's past, most of which haven't been reprinted in a while, and they're there are really good cards in that set. There are a lot of cards that are being reprinted that have a very big impact in one or more formats. And I'm not sure if you know where I'm going with this, but Darksteel Colossus, let's just say it has a big impact in one or more formats. It's a really good card, but it didn't get reprinted. And, I mean, you may be thinking, well, I mean, why would that get reprinted? I mean, that's a super expensive card, and that card's insane. Well, there are a lot more cards being printed in that set, reprinted in that set, that are also very broken. Like Sylvan Library, Mystic Remora, Urza's Incubator, One Mana Tutor Cycle. But that card didn't get reprinted. So what if Wizards of the Coast thought, what about, instead of putting it in this set, we put it in a standard set to make all the people that don't like standard love it, because this card's in it, because that'll definitely work and make people like standard. So, yeah. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. But anyways, moving past this theory, which I do think there is a chance that it could be true, but, let's do another somewhat crazy theory. So, going back to the spoiled cards in this set, Conf got a reprinting. The Red Planeswalker from Phyrexia, or Mirrodin. Mirrodin, New Phyrexia, whatever you want to call it. But anyways, so he's gonna get a reprinting in this set. And I thought to myself, this is the first Planeswalker in the set that's getting a reprinting. And in every set that's come out in the last year or so, there have been multiple Planeswalkers printed in that set. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is going to be one of those Planeswalkers. What are the other Planeswalkers going to be? It's not going to be Karn, and we know that he's on Phyrexia, New Phyrexia, but he's not going to get a reprint. He just got one in Dominaria United. So what other Planeswalkers could get a reprinting? And I thought to myself, what Planeswalkers do we know that have been on New Phyrexia that may get a reprinting may get a new printing in this set? And one card came to mind. One Planeswalker came to mind. Venzer. Now you may be thinking, well, he died. Why would he be in this set if he's dead? Well, there's this little thing on Phyrexia where the things seem to have this odd tendency not to stay dead on New Phyrexia. So Venzer could possibly get a reprinting. Maybe as a Planeswalker, maybe as an undead Planeswalker, or maybe as an undead wizard that's not a Planeswalker because maybe he got a spark taken away and now he's a minion for the New Phyrexians. May seem a little far-fetched, but I think it's possible. I think it's possible. Next, kind of mini theory. There's another card that got printed in this set that I thought was pretty cool. Jorkadine, first Gold Warden. Basically, this card is a red and white legendary human rebel, and it cares about equipment. So this card kind of showcases, okay, maybe there's going to be an equipment theme in this set. And that would make sense because of the last couple of sets that have come out. Like in Dominaria United, there were a couple cards that cared about equipment, but there weren't really all that many equipment in the set. So maybe those cards are going to be good paired with some of the cards in this set, like Jorkadine. So maybe there's going to be an equipment theme. But the other thing I'm thinking is, okay, this card is a rebel. Now, if you don't already know, on New Phyrexia, there are Phyrexians and there are rebels. There are the people who are not Phyrexians that are trying to restore New Phyrexia and make it Mirrodin again. Now, obviously, that's not going to work because Phyrexians are pretty powerful, and they're obviously going to be more powerful than rebels. And yet, if you go to Star Wars, the rebels easily defeated the Empire. I say easily, it was not easy, but still. So who knows, maybe there's a little glimmer of hope. But anyways, I'm thinking there's a possible chance. I mean, soldiers came back out of nowhere, so who knows, maybe rebel tribal. With an equipment theme. Rebel equipment. It could happen. Who knows? It might happen. It might not happen. Rebel tribal. I think it could happen. It'd be cool. Equipment. There's some really cool equipment in Standard right now. I mean, be pretty cool. But anyways, so my last, well, probably not last, but my next thing I'm going to talk about is the Twilight Cycle. Now, if you haven't looked at the cards spoiled yet for Phyrexia, All Will Be One, you may have seen, well, if you have looked at the spoiled cards, you may have seen Blue Sun's Twilight. It's an X and double blue sorcery that basically summarizes Jin-Gitaxias because it's blue and it's Phyrexia and he's a predator. But anyways, basically, it's this card that highlights Jin-Gitaxias and his power, and in the flavor text of the card, it gives tribute to him in like a inscription on a monument of him. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, Blue Sun's Twilight. Now, if you haven't, well, if you don't know about cards in the past that say blue or green or white, red, black, sun's zenith, or in this case, twilight, there's usually a cycle of them. So Blue Sun's Twilight, I think, is the first card of a 4-card cycle. There's going to be Blue Sun's Twilight, as has been spoiled so far, summarizing Jin-Gitaxias. White Sun's Twilight, summarizing Elishnorn in some kind of way with a monument inscription quote in the flavor text. Same will be true for Vorinclex with a Green Sun Twilight and Shieldred with a Black Sun's Twilight. But what about red? Well, if you haven't watched my lore videos, which by the way you should because I think those are really good videos, Nebraska isn't exactly liked on New Phyrexia. I mean, obviously, he has his red Phyrexian artificer goblin people, minions that follow him. Because Urabrask, mono red, damage. But, I don't think there'll be a Red Sun's Twilight, or maybe there will be, but there'll be like a kind of twist to it. It'll be different than all the other Sun's Twilight cards maybe it'll be like a destroyed monument of Urabrask because no one else likes Urabrask on New Phyrexia because he kind of wants to kill all his Phyrexian brethren. So, yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's horrible, but yeah. Any other thoughts that I have on this set? Well, I think that there was this card in the last Phyrexia set, like Phyrexian Unlife or something. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but it was a super duper creepy card, the art anyways, and basically it allowed you to not be able to lose the game. Now, obviously, a card like that isn't gonna be made in Standard, because that's busted. But I'm thinking to myself, well, actually, wait, no. Now, there are cards that say stuff like that, but you have to meet a certain condition. Who knows, maybe that'll happen. But anyways, I'm thinking maybe there's a card like that that could get made in this set. Or maybe that card's gonna get reprinted, who knows? But I think maybe there's a chance for, like, to be this super powerful enchantment, probably in white, because white. Hopefully it'll be in black. Just make black more powerful. You already got Phyrexian Obliterator. Just go all the way. You got Shieldred. You got the Obliterator. Just make everything busted in black. Okay, anyways. So, who knows? Maybe there'll be this stupid broken enchantment that prevents you from losing the game, or maybe it prevents you from losing the game one time if the conditions are met, like you go below 0 life, or you get 10 poison counters, and like it gets rid of all the poison counters, and you sacrifice the enchantment, something like that. But anyways, there's that, and, I wanna give a prediction about Toxic. I mean, I'm thinking to myself, like, with Toxic, I think, I have a feeling that there are gonna be, like, 5, 1 for each color, really busted cards with Toxic, or just some kind of crazy ability, kind of like with Phyrexian Obliterator, so maybe I can, like, branch off of Phyrexian Obliterator again. Maybe there's a chance that there's a cycle of 5 cards for a quadruple of that color that just do something stupid busted, like Phyrexian Obliterator. Maybe there's going to be one for green, white, black, and red. Maybe cards that get reprinted, or new cards, or something like that. But, I have a feeling, the last couple sets, there have usually been a cycle of 5 super powerful creatures. Well, no, not really. I don't know what I'm saying there, but who knows? Maybe there's going to be. I mean, Phyrexian Obliterator came out. There should be for every other color. Make a green Phyrexian Obliterator. I don't know. But anyways, I want to talk about Toxic. So, I have a feeling that Toxic is going to be an ability that seems like it's going to be really common in this set, but there actually aren't going to be that many cards with Toxic. But there's going to be, like, a lot of cards that say, if a card has Toxic, this happens. Or whenever a player has poison counters, this happens. Like, with the card that's already gotten spoiled in this set, Sinew Dancer. The first card that got spoiled in this set. But anyways, I think Toxic is not going to be a real common ability in this set, but I think there's going to be a lot of cards that care about it, and or a lot of cards that care about your opponents. I totally said that right. Your opponents having poison counters. But, with all that aside, going back to Rebel Tribal real quick, I forgot to mention, there is a possibility that there may be some cards in the set that, like, care about artifacts with this seems to be pretty likely equipment theme in the set. So maybe there are cards that, like, say, sack an artifact and this happens, or if it's an equipment, that happens. And you bring an equipment back into play and equip it to a creature, and that creature gets plus 20 and trample. I don't know. But anyways, I also think there may be a little bit of an artifact theme to the set because of the cards that are equipments. Because of an equipment theme in Rebel Tribal. There probably won't be any cards that care about Rebels, but all the cards that care about equipment are going to be Rebels. I guarantee that's going to happen. But anyways, I think there may be a little bit of an artifact, like sack theme, or just an artifact theme in general because of the Rebel equipment theme that seems to be in the set. But, yeah, that's about it. There's a lot of stuff. I kind of went back and forth on a couple things. It seemed a little bit disorganized here and there, to say the least. But, yeah, I think that's going to be it for predictions. Oh, by the way, Alice Norn looks super busted for this set so far, the reprinting of it. I hope that it's not going to be that card, but Wizards of the Coast disappointed me with Shieldred. Not disappointed me, just made me sad about Shieldred, because that Shieldred makes me want to cry on the inside. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this episode of the Predictions Table. I will see you again in on the Predictions Table anyways. In War of the Machines. That's totally going to be the name of the set. I don't think I got the name of that set right. I'll see you again on the Predictions Table when March of the Machines comes out eventually. I don't know when it's coming out, but I will see you then. And yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed my chaotic, to say the least, predictions for Phyrexia All Will Be One. I have a pretty good feeling a lot of those things are going to happen. Maybe not the Darksteel Colossus, but I like to think a new version of it will come out, or an errated version of it, or some kind of version of it will come out in this set. But anyways, with all that aside, thank you for watching. I'm your host, Dean Wolf. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. And I will see you in Phyrexia All Will Be One.